used Angelea for ratings and then dumped her on the side of the road because the casting director of America's Next Top Model, Michelle Mock, aka the Devil, can't air you as the winner because you were engaged in sex work. Everything that she had worked for and had achieved was being taken from her. That is vile. But a quick of a backstory on Angelea, she did win Cycle 17 of America's Next Top Model, which was the all-star season. However, she wasn't aired as the winner. Instead, they aired this bootleg finale and just gave a very cryptic reason as to why Angelea was disqualified. And so in this documentary, she spoke out and baby, she delivered. She gave her side of the story and she pretty much said when she was thinking about coming back to America's Next Top Model, she was excited. She was like, wow, this time I'm just more gamed up. I know how to network and just more with it, right? And so I think she was like, I can really make the most out of this opportunity. And so she met with the casting director of America's Next Top Model, Michelle Mock. Let's insert her picture. Oh, do I have a lot to say about this heifer? I feel like she was, what do you call it, Tyra's front man, in my opinion. Like her hatchet man. Look at that cold-blooded look in her. She just, okay, I'm gonna be respectful, but I have some words I'd like to share. But I'm like, you know what? No, I'll take the high road today. But Michelle Mock, aka the Devil, she met with Angelea before Cycle 17 and was like, hey, we want you to come on and do Cycle 17. And so then Michelle, during their meeting, Michelle Mock was asking questions. Hey, what have you been doing? Blah. And so, blah. And so Angelia's shares. And so then I guess Michelle Mock knew something was up because Michelle asked Angelea directly, were you being pimped out? And Angelea was like, whoa. And then Angelea was like, unfortunately, she then goes into why she was, what she had done in between her first appearance, since her last appearance on America's Next Top Model. And it's really hard for her. She talks about making decisions that she wasn't very proud of. She didn't say it directly, but in the documentary, they mentioned that it perhaps was escorting. And so she wasn't proud of it, but she was in a very desperate time and she felt like that's what she needed to do in that moment to survive. And she also mentions being taken advantage of by a predator. And so really it broke my heart because I'm like, I can only imagine being in that situation. You're like, what can I do? I am at my neck is up to the my back is to the wall. What am I gonna do? Financial problems, I can understand. I've been living on my own for almost a year and I'm like, you all hanging on by a thread. This is no mansion yet. But she just really like it gets really candid with us and shares that part of her life. And I really commend her for sharing that because that's a hard thing to admit. And unfortunately, I still feel like it carries a lot of stigma in our society. And I do feel like sex workers need to be protected, right? I thought about was like maybe we should make that legal, but then people are like human trafficking. I don't know. It gets into a whole thing. No, I really was really proud of her for sharing that. And it takes a lot of maturity and a lot of self reflection about yourself and your experiences and why you were in that position because one doesn't wake up and it's like, I'm going to go do that. What was it leading up to that? Because I'm sure this show wasn't supporting or helping you at all. And so, flash forward, Angelie shares all of this with Michelle Mock, the devil. I swear, you all, she came up a couple of times in the Netflix documentary as well. Immediately, I was like, something shady about her. And then once Angelie shared her story, I was like, I knew it. I was like, the devil. But anyway, so stupid. But anyways, flash forward to the after Angelie shares her story, Michelle Mock apparently tells Angelie like, you know, Angelie, like we want you to take this opportunity and go with it. And so that made Angelie believe pretty much like, girl, you can win this. Go for it. You have a chance, right? Or else why would you tell me otherwise? And so then Angelie competes through Cycle 17, bust her ass. I was rooting for her all season. That was my girl. I loved her. I think she is such a professional and such a commands such presence. I totally get why she won the All-Star season. She is an all-star. We gotta give it up to our girl, award-winning journalist. Oh, wait, sorry, I don't smoke inside. Ah, Sorry, anytime I say anything cool, I do. Like, if you, like, my friends are like, I was at the governor's mansion last week. Oh, you gotta put it out though. We don't smoke indoors. But that was also my laugh. Don't judge me. What was I talking about? So Angelique competes, and so I really rooted for Angelique. And so then when the end comes, I'm like, wow, it really seemed like Angelique was gonna take it all at that season. And so then when they showed that bootleg finale, I was like, what is happening here? What? I was so upset. I was like, and I think Lisa really did a great job. No hate to her. Oh, she's coming up, girl. Don't worry. But I think just Angelique, the way they played Angelique was so cruel. Angelique was really hoping for this. She was giving it her all that season, giving you people your season. I watched because of her. You wouldn't have had an all-star season without her. And so then it bugs me because apparently the way the disqualification happened was filming had apparently wrapped, and Angelique had gone back to Buffalo, New York. And so then she gets a call from the devil. It's like, hey, want to talk about sponsorship opportunities with you. If you won the show, meet us in New York, blah, blah. And so Angelina's like, oh, okay, yeah. Angelina at the Mandarin Hotel, a five-star hotel, and Angelique walks in, and it was an ambush, honey, because it was no sponsorships being discussed here. It was a legal ambush because it was Michelle Mock, the devil, and and CBS attorney were there. So then Angelique sits down, and then Michelle, the devil, let's get right to business. And Angelique was like, whoa, like, okay then. So immediately the devil was like, we can't air you as the winner because you were engaged in sex work or escorting or whatever. And so then this like devastates Angelique, like everything that she had worked for and had achieved and was already in her hands was being taken from her. They ripped it out of her hands just like that, right? With this guise of sponsorships, no, we can't even be honest with you about why we're gonna meet in the first place. So we lied about that, and then oh yeah, um, we set you up. I mean, in my mind, we set you up from the beginning. We were gonna take it away from you had you won. If you had won, we were gonna take it away. And I'm like, that is vile. That is vile, which is why I call her the devil. Tyra's hatchet man. Hatchet woman. Look at that cold blooded face. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's how that went down. And so then, like, oh my god. I mean, clearly Angelique was devastated by this. I mean, they ripped it out. They ripped it away from her, and so then I believe they wanted Angelique to come back and film Lisa winning, and Angelique was like, "The fuck? Oh hell no! I'm not doing that." And thank God, kudos to Angelique. Oh hell no! You want me to now go back, redo it so I can watch another girl win? Oh, pick a finger. No. We're not doing that, girl. We're not doing that. No. I'm glad. And so, I think they also meant Angelique mentioned how they were like worried that Angelique was going to like spoil the ending. And I was like, and so I'm like, ugh. I mean, in hindsight being 2020, clearly I can say, she should have like let the cat out of the bag. I'm like, screw their season. I don't care. I'm like, leak it. I'm like, if you're gonna set me up from the beginning, only to take it away at the end, I'm like, it's just pathetic and it's disgusting and it's coward behavior. Like Tyra didn't even have the gall to show up, and like since she's the face of the show, she should be there to like tell Angelique this devastating news. You delivered. You told her she was the winner. Now tell her she's not the winner. Oh, but no, Tyra can't because she's too much of a coward. Yep, she is too much of a coward. Like it's all fine and dandy, plastering your damn face all over, um, the show Tyra Mail, and the entrance. It's your show, like, but you couldn't show up for this. Like, oh, like that's where I lose respect for Tyra, because I'm like, you're just like, you're a punk, you're a coward. At least show face. At least show face. Like, you used Angelique for ratings, and then dumped her on the side of the road because, oh, I just remember, boom, Angelique said they gave her $300 in pity money. In pity money, like, all right, here, you can go on your way. And she also noted that the CBS attorney was like, Angelique, you did this to yourself. I'm like, I was like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, there's no way he said that. I'm like, the way I would have lost it, I'm like, Angelina, you are better than me. Because I'm like, oh my, I heard that. I'm like, what a misogynistic pig. Yeah, misogynistic. Like, and because they also made a point, they're like, how hypocritical is it of Tyra that Angelique is being disqualified for using her agency to I forget how it was worded, but she used her agency um, for financial gain, or like using her body or something. I think you guys know what I'm saying, but and like essentially tying it back to like what America's Next Top Model is, right? Like, let's not act like it's not sexual. Like, it's bikinis and skin, and it's the modeling world, right? It was just all disgusting. I'm like, they just used her, gave her $300. I'm like, I honestly, like, shame on all of them that did that to her, because that, like, she didn't deserve that. And I am really glad that she, like, gosh, like, because she also ended it with, like, she went back to school, became a journalist, and is now an award winning journalist. uh-huh. Better put respect on her name. So yeah, no, honestly, like, shame on Tyra and the devil and all you alls. But I'm very happy for Angelique. Seems like she's doing great. She is slaying out here and just doing it up, and really living up to that potential that I always saw in her. And so, really, shout out to her. I don't know if you see this, can you give me a comment, or if you can give me a 5 minute interview. I would love to just say hi. I rooted for you even since then, girl. Yes, so that's where this passion comes from. But yeah, that was my take on Angeline.